Hey guys, Simon here from Top Tennis Training and welcome to video number 1 of the lab. This is where you send us your videos and we analyze your strokes. So in this video we're going to take a look at a 14-year-old boy. He's hitting his forehand. His dad says that he's getting quite a lot of power, but he isn't getting that consistency. So let's take a look at the video.
That's good. That's good.
Now, two of the main elements that I notice on the forehand is when he gets to that power position is the back position on any particular stroke. When he gets in that power position, he hasn't got much lag. So let's go out on court and look at how we can get more power, more spin, more control, just from changing that simple thing. So the main thing that stuck out for me on the forehand was, you could see that his forehand is similar to Andy Roddick in the take-back style, where he starts with the elbow leading, and it's quite jammed up, it's quite close to his body the whole time. The racket never actually goes too far away from his body. Now the main thing that I would change if I was his coach would be the back position when he is trying to get more power and when he wants more spin and control and that consistency. Most of the pros, when they reach that back position here, the best forehands in the world, they'll look quite similar, with the racket head being much higher than the grip level. So when they reach that power position, the back position, this is above the grips. So you can see that in that back position, the racket isn't that much higher than the grip level. It's more or less on the same level. So that would be the main thing that I would be working on, to try to get that racket head higher than the grip level. When you are preparing for that shot, you're going back with the racket up here, and as you come through, this is lagging behind now, and that's what's going to give you more consistency, more power, more spin without any more effort. So the racket head is higher than the grip level. Now what this does, it lays back my wrist. That's the first thing. So when I come through for the racket lag, I don't have to worry too much about my wrist lagging behind because it's already set back in that position. The other thing it does, it generates that leverage in the forearm, in the racket, and in the hand. So when I'm in that position here, I have so much more space to accelerate from here this way, as opposed to if I'm just on the same level, as you can see in the video. This is what something like Murray does, and this is one of the reasons why Murray's forehand has struggled in the past. And this is something that, if you look at Nadal's forehand, you look at Djokovic's forehand, Federer's, the biggest forehands in the world, Raonic, when they reach that back position, the racket's like this. Now this gives you that space without having to lift the racket too high. That gives you that space to accelerate properly from that position. So just by reaching this position, I'm sure you'll see a huge difference on the forehand. Now there are different ways to get to that back position, it's up to you. The next step is for him to get under this ball to really get that spin from that low to high motion. So you want to be brushing the back of the ball, coming up from under the ball level, and then brushing up the ball to create that spin and also that height over the net. Now when we talk about consistency in tennis, you always have to firstly think, what makes someone consistent and what are the obstacles to avoid to being consistent? So number one, we always have to get the ball over the net, so that's our first obstacle. And number two, we have to get it inside the lines, so that's the baseline and the two singles lines if we're playing singles. So if we firstly talk about the net, now if we take the net out of play by hitting a little bit higher over the net, instead of going for 4 or 5 inches over the net, we go for a couple of feet, 2 or 3 feet. So if you watch Nadal on clay, you might see that he hits the ball quite a lot of the times 6 to 8 feet above the net level. Now this is taking the net out of play and you're avoiding that first obstacle, which is the net. Now hitting it high over the net but without any topspin will make the ball float into the back fence. So the second thing that we have to have is good levels of topspin. So that's going to give you the clearance over the net along with the lifting of the ball, and then it's going to have that dip before the baseline or the sidelines. So heavy topspin on any particular shot from the baseline is going to help you to be more consistent than hitting a flat shot. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is the footwork. So you can see that the boy is quite heavy footed. He isn't doing quite too many steps around the ball, so he could really improve his footwork to be a bit more explosive, to be a bit more dynamic when he is moving, and he could really work on that to get around the ball in the right position time and time again. He could also step inside the court a little bit more and work on taking that ball a little bit earlier on the rise. Now he might be actually really fast when he's having a rally or a match, but from that clip I would say he has to work on that footwork, and there's no point to be working on a ball machine with that kind of footwork unless you're hitting specific targets on the court time and time again. If you're just working on, for instance, your forehand in general, you want to mimic the kind of footwork that you're going to have in a match. So there's no point in training at 50%, like hitting your forehand and just being like this. You want to be explosive, you want to be fast, and you want to really mimic what you're going to do in the match, because at the end of the day, whatever we do in the training, we're going to do the same in the match when it comes time. On the ball machine, this is a perfect time for you to be working on taking that ball on the rise inside the court. So instead of going all this way back here and playing from back here, I would get him hitting balls inside the court or on the baseline. So he's hitting, come back a couple of steps, go back, and then do that same routine where you're going back and forward to mimic what you want to happen in the match. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please click the like button. Also leave a comment down below. What did you notice on the stroke? And do you agree with the analysis? Leave that comment down below, and all the best.
Hi, I'm David Albandian, former world number 3. If you want to learn the secret of my return, just click the button below.
For mobile users, please click the link under this video.